Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you also, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delicious wherever you are in the world, and that life is treating you oh so wonderfully. So what do? 3, 2, 1, my juice little lads. Thank you, little lads, you deliciously bright. Oh, they are today, aren't they? Right now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by, and I hope that you too are having a super duper and wonderful time wherever you are in the world, and that life is treating you also most wonderfully. So much love to you all, my delicious little babies. Now then, the weather in my neck of the woods in the old UK, it could differ in other places in the old UK. Well, I'm going to tell you now, it's flipping blowing a gale. It's super duper flipping windy out there, my delicious little babies, okay? It's bucketing down with rain, okay? And so that's really the situation, okay? And it is rather chilly, okay? So it's very wet and very windy and very miserable, okay? Now then, if you do enjoy the video today, please click on the like. For others of you, please feel free to subscribe, and finally, please feel free to leave a comment. It's always welcomed, okay? Now then, so what have I got for you today, my delicious little babies? Well, I'm going to tell you about this first of all, right? So I went out this morning, my delicious little babies. Now, I cannot remember, and I'm being flipping really honest there, right? I cannot remember the last time I ever went on a bus. So I thought, right, today I should go on a bus, okay? Now then, I happened to, just to glance up, up at a window, okay? And of course, everybody's just sat on the bus, just very serious looking. Nobody speaking to anybody else, okay? And, it's the obvious as well. Do you know what I mean? Wherever you go, okay? It doesn't matter where you go, you're going to find others glued to their ferns, okay? But I seen this sign, didn't I? This sticky sign on the window. And I thought, you know what? I thought I'm just going to do a shorts. Do you know what I mean? Like a really tiny shorts video. And I'm going to read out to you, my delicious little babies. Wait for this now, what it said. Right? It said, please leave this window open. Fresh air makes everyone's journey safer. Do you see what I mean? Now, at that point, I thought to myself, stop the world and let me get off. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? Do you see what I'm saying? So I pointed this out to other passengers. Do you see what I mean? So I said, have you read that sign? Right? Well, of course, this made some of them smile. Do you see what I mean? Because they were probably, thinking to themselves, what's she doing, filming a, do you know what I mean? A sign. Do you know what I mean? But to me, I see the flipping funny side. Do you know what I mean? It did tickle me, right? So anyway, that's my shorts. It's up at the moment, okay? You can clearly see it. I mean, how flipping bonkers. Please leave this window open. Fresh air makes everyone's journey safer. I mean, even when I asked you, the passengers, God bless them, I said, does that make any sense to you? And they were smiling. They were, do you see what I'm saying? Yes? But this is the bonkers world that we're living in, my delicious little babies. So yeah, stop the world, let me get off. Okay? So I did find that really flipping amusing, my delicious little babies. Now then, so where else do I need to be, my delicious little babies now? Okay? Well, there's a rapper, a South African rapper, okay? He was only 27, I do believe, God bless him. And whilst he was performing on stage, okay, well, he collapsed, and very sadly, because, his friends and, who were there, who seen what happened, okay, they all picked him up, to carry him, God bless him. But very sadly, he passed away, my delicious little baby, was 27, okay? Now, I mean, that shouldn't be happening. Like, I've been saying this, haven't I, my delicious and wonderful little babies out there, okay? So, may God bless him, may he rest in peace, okay? Now then, Czech Republic, in government poverty protests. So you see, I mean, we're not just talking about a few hundred here, my delicious little babies. We're talking about, there we go, we're talking about flipping thousands, okay? So the protests are carrying on, and also there was a Netherlands march as well. So, I mean, you're talking about, it's absolutely colossal, thousands and thousands, yes, and thousands. Do you see what I mean? So there's protests going on all over the world. Do you see what I mean? It's either to do with, you know, there's lots of different things going on, my delicious little babies. So for some, like I've just said, it's the poverty factor. For others, it's energy crisis. For the others, it's to do with the war. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so we've got so much going on, okay? That, you know, there we go, there's just so many that are just getting mighty peed off, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? I mean, these are flipping colossal numbers. There we are, okay? So, what else? Yeah, we got banks collapsing in the USA, you know, worldwide. Yeah, so, you know, that's happening as well. So, do you see what I mean? It's like everything is just, do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Now then, I also want to talk about something because, let me just see. Hold on, I'll go back to that in a moment. Let me just tick off. Now, in Ireland, okay, there was one video that I saw, this is a few days ago now, my delicious little babies, okay, and I just forgot to say it, didn't I? Sorry, on one of my videos. But there was a young lass, okay, so, you know, I mean, she's only young. Do you understand what I mean? I don't know if she's about, I don't know, about 18, 20 or something like this, I don't know, right? Anyway, so she's on a night out. And then you've got, you know, these men, you know, who've been coming over. Do you understand what I mean? On the birds, okay? And the one sort of flung his arms around her, okay? And, you know, she was, you know, wriggling out to get away from him. Do you see what I'm saying? She went to little babies, yes? Well, then, of course, you know, this then sparked where somebody else has seen, another man had seen. Do you understand? Like an Irish gentleman, God bless, yes? He'd seen. Well, of course, the ones who come over, you know, who come over on the birds, okay? Well, then he decided to take his top off, you know, to start a fight. But the point is, your man there, the one who, you know, came over on a bird, right? He was missing the point. If you want to talk to somebody, do you see what I mean? You go up and you speak to that person. Do you see what I mean? You don't fling your arms, you know, around them and, you know, to grab them in such a way. But that young lass was clearly not very happy about that at all. And really, to be perfectly honest with you, my delicious little babies, neither would I be if somebody was to, you know, a man was to behave that way with me. Do you see what I'm saying, my delicious little babies? Because that can be speaking from a woman's point of view or a lassie's point of view. It's rather intimidating, isn't it? And he was there, the one who, you know, one of these who come over on a boat, right? He was there with his mates as well. But you imagine if that young lass was on her own. That's the point that I'm making. Imagine if she was on her own. I mean, she wouldn't have stood a chance. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? I mean, I feel so sorry for Ireland at the moment. Well, of course, they've been doing large protests as well. God bless them. You know, because at the end of the day, I mean, they're having everything flipping thrown at them. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but the one thing that nobody wants is that sort of carry on. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so I felt sorry for the young lass, you know what I mean? The way he grabbed her. Do you know what I mean? That's just, you know, it's disgraceful behaviour. And like, it's not like he was drunk or anything. He just thought he could just put his hands on her. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Now, this is peeing many off, see? Okay? Now, the next one I want to talk about, so I've seen another young man there now, a migrant, okay? and he was filming an Irish girl. You know, I don't know how old she was. Do you understand what I mean? But of course, you know, just an Irish girl, right? So anyway, so your man there, a dear Irish gentleman, went up to this migrant, okay, and said, well, what was you filming the girl for? Now, this migrant was filming the lass. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Do you see? This is why I feel, this is why others are getting angry, my delicious little babies. You know, they're getting so angry because at the end of the day, well, you know, they do not want their lassies, you know, and women being touched in Ireland, or really, we do not want it anywhere. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But these certain ones are feeling that they can take it upon themselves to do what they like. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, was it so many years ago where, because that's just coming to me all noddle, right? Years ago, it's only so many years ago now, well, what happened is that, you know, say you've got a town centre, right, and it was happening a lot in the old UK, okay, my delicious little babies, where you had like men with a fern, yes, yeah, a dog and bone, and what they were doing was filming. So they could be filming a woman walking, or I don't know, she's an office woman or something like that, you know, and she's dressed in a suit and things like this, yes. And what they were doing, they were filming up their skirts, the women's skirts. That was only so many years ago, my delicious little babies. And I do believe, okay, that there was some sort of where it was, you know, then became against the law to do that, yes. That's going back so many years ago. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, yes? So, because, you know, you cannot go around and do things like that. Do you see to me, you know, the women who were walking along, you know, they never gave permission for a man to, you know, be filming her with a skirt, or, do you understand what I'm saying to you? But this is, you know, this is the madness, isn't it? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Anyway, so I thought I'd tell you that. So, I mean, there's loads of things going on, my delicious little babies. I mean, there's so many things going on. It's just unreal. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Yes? So, it's only really a short video today, my delicious little babies. Oh, the sun is now shining now. The sun has got his hat on. Hip, 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 hooray. Okay, so yes. And then finally what I wanted to say, because I've been looking at a lot of the comments, you know, and do you know what's really, really sad, my delicious little babies? I mean, I've read some, when was it? Yesterday evening and this morning, you know, on others, other YouTubers' channels. Oh, and it's so sad, you know, my delicious little babies, because there we go, if I even say it, because there's some, you know, there's some rather a large amount actually of, you know, man and woman out there who are really suffering right now, my delicious little babies, with awful depression, you know. So sad. I mean, when you read some of the comments and they say, oh, you know, do not know where to turn, do you see what I mean? I mean, how sad is that, my delicious little babies? Do you say? It's because we're having everything thrown at us. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, this is what it's about. Do you see what I mean? So you've got, God bless the beautiful dear little souls, you've got some out there where, you know, they do not know whether they're in the park or the pictures. There we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. And of course, you know, they're really thanking, you know, whoever they're watching on YouTube, you know. So thank you to all of the wonderful YouTubers. Thank you to you all, you know, because you come out, you make your videos, and that goes for everybody, okay? You know, you come out, you make your videos, okay? And it's always going to help somebody. Do you understand what I mean? Because right now we are just living in a completely bonkers and crackers world. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes, and they're wanting us to listen to this, listen to that, right? They're trying to drum it into our noddles. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and of course, you know, you got some out there, God bless their beautiful dear little souls, you know, and it's just causing them so much depression. Do you know what I mean? Because I mean, at the end of the day, all we seem to be hearing is flipping bad news after bad news after flipping bad news. Do you see what I mean? So, you know, occasionally it's nice to be able to smile about something. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? So yes, thank you to the YouTubers out there, you know, because you are helping, and you are helping those out there who are, do you know what I mean? You know, they're beside themselves, you know, and of course, you know, you've got a lot as well who are, you know, very frightened. I'm just going to close my book, okay, my delicious little babies, okay, and you've got a lot who are very frightened. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, because what it is, it's because everything is going so very fast, okay, and for this reason, okay, the only way that I can explain it, the way I'm seeing it, yes, and reading some of the comments, so I wasn't reading it to, you know, to make myself feel depressed or anything like that. No, it's taking the time, you know, to look at what somebody's put, you know, just to, you know, to see how they are feeling. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but what you're finding is that you've got, I feel, and it's becoming larger, yes, a larger number, okay, where it's like they're having to come out of their comfort zone. Do you see what I mean? With everything that they've believed, yes, so everything that they've believed, okay, up until this point. And then, of course, learning new things that they, for whatever reason, they could have, you know, just happened to stumble across these different channels, okay? But, you know, to do with things that they would not have otherwise have known. Do you see what I mean? So, of course, it's an eye-opener. And when you're reading, you know, some of the comments on different channels, do you see what I mean? It's just like some of they're only just awakening, sorry. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And, of course, some of them will be extremely frightened. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? You know, because, I mean, you imagine, I mean, I was awakened to things years ago. Do you see what, yes, I was. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, because it's wanting to know, and with me, you know, like a little animal with a burn. Do you see what I mean? If something is in my flipping noddle, do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, it will simply not come out. So until I've investigated it, or unless I've read up on something, do you see what I mean, that was on my mind, then you see, it's just like my brain simply doesn't rest. Do you see what I mean? Until I've investigated it. Do you see? But, I mean, and that was years ago. But, yes, but what I'm saying is, for someone who's just waking up now, all of this can seem rather frightening. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Oh, and I've got something else to tell you. Now, you know, when I said, and I've seen this, well, it was, it's got to be a few years back now, or a couple of years. Anyway, it's one of the two anyway, and it's all just going so bloody fast, isn't it? And I said I wasn't sure whether it was Spain or Italy, where they've got an electric saw and sawed down the 5G tower. Well, guess what's happening in the old UK? My delicious little babies, because some of you will know, but some of you will not know, okay, my delicious little babies. It started, you know, with these soaring down, you know, these very large lampposts and things like that, yes, and that's in our neck of the woods in the old UK. So I told you, my delicious little babies, it's starting. You see, what they're doing is, those, okay, and the putrid little lackeys, okay, what they're doing is, see, they're rubbing up the public in the wrong flipping way. There we are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, that's exactly what they're doing. So, of course, you know, if they're going to do that, yes, what's good for the goose, good for the gander, isn't it? So at the end of the day, if they're going to do that, well, of course, you're going to get others retaliating. There we are. And then you should have seen it, you know, and he wouldn't stop. It just kept till he flipping knocked it down. Do you see what I mean? Cut it down. So like I said, it's already started. There we are. I mean, I stood at the bus stop because, I mean, the bus was going to be there in a minute or so, right? And I stood at the bus stop, I was talking to these two women, and I said, have you heard about the 15-minute cities? And they said, one said, no, and the other one said, because I see her at the shop sometimes, yes, at my local shop. And she turned around and she said, oh, vaguely. She said to me, and I said, we need to let more know. There we are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But like I say, you know, you still do have rather a large number, my delicious little babies, who are not aware of this. Do you see what I mean? And then when, you know, when they're bringing other things in and doing things like this. But like I say, and I said on another video, you know, you're going to have ones who are going to be vandalising, you know, which they already have been, cameras and things like that. Because, I mean, who wants to be filmed everywhere they go? Oh, and one more thing I want to say. So I was at the shops, you know, the other day, and then of course, you know, you've got your tills, and then you've got your where you can just go and take your shopping up yourself, your self-service, isn't it? Yes, and it's all face recognition and everything else. So I happened to tell this woman, and her, you know, she had I do believe a young son with her, okay? And I said to her, I says, and there was only one till on, by the way, my delicious babies, right? And I happened to say to her, I said, why don't you go in front of me? I said, and you know, I said, because you've not got a lot in your basket. I said, why don't you go in front of me? I said, instead of going to those, I said, it's all face recognition. And of course, the answer that I got was, oh, well, you know, it's just quicker. Can you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? That's why everybody, I've been saying this for a long time, need to, you know, and I've said it before and I say it again, you know, it doesn't matter how long it takes, I will wait in a queue. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be flipping filmed with everything. There we go. You know, every flipping 5 minutes. Do you see what I'm saying? She my delicious little babies anyway. But that was her answer, God bless her. But, you know, she never even knew that it was face recognition, sorry. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, because this is where, over the years and decades, that you've had a lot who have been very sadly dumbed down and flipping brainwashed. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes, and that's exactly what's been happening. So that's why I'm going back to what I was saying about the comments and everything else. So those who are just starting to wake up, they're very frightened. Like there was other comments. I've been looking over the months anyway at different comments, but there was even one saying, you know, because it's like this large blanket of negativity. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so they said, well, there's nothing we can do about it. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but one must remember, and I've said on a video, I don't know, it was weeks or months ago, right, that which I've known for years, that words are spells. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so the more that you say positive things, the more that, you know, we're positive with, you know, what comes out of our mouths. I mean, please do not get me wrong. I mean, we're all guilty of saying something negative at some point. Do you understand what I mean? Simply because you just think, oh, how much longer is this going to go on for? There we are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but if you try to remain positive, but this is what I feel. This is like when somebody's getting negative like that, it's because they're simply, it's like they're not being able to see the wood for the trees. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and they're hearing all these things, and of course they've started then to, you know, to look at new videos and things like that, yes, and they're getting scared flipping witless. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and it can be rather frightening, it really can be, but of course I've known for years different things, yes I have said, but you know, but what I'm saying, but when you try to explain to others sometimes, you know, well, it doesn't go down very well. Do you understand what I mean? Because they do not want anything upsetting their little life, their little bubble. So I'm not saying that to be nasty or spiteful. I'm saying it because it's the flipping truth. Do you see what I mean? But yes, so if any of you beautiful and delicious little babies out there, if you do know some who are, you know, just waking up at the moment, okay, just please just try to, there we go, before I even say it, please just try to reassure them. Do you understand what I mean? Because, you know, and this is what I'm saying, it's causing depression with some. Do you see what I mean? Because they're saying, oh, you know, what's going to happen next? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. So this is a case now, really, we're going to be going with the flow with things. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? Because they're going to bring out something, I mean, it seems to be on a flipping daily basis. Yes? Do you see what I mean? So you just got to, you know, and always try to be positive about things. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, because they feed off the negativity. Whereas if we lift the right vibration, and we lift the frequency, do you see what I mean? Then what can they feed off? Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes, so anyway, so that's the video. So it's only a quick video today, my delicious little babies, okay? And please all just take care of yourselves, okay? And if anybody needs your help, please help them as well. Do you understand what I mean? Because we are living in flipping crazy times. Do you understand what I mean? And, you know, for some out there, they, oh, God bless them. Do you see what I mean? Just not coping very well with it, yes? So for those of you out there, my delicious little babies, for some of you, you may know somebody like this. Do you see what I mean? Just a case of just reassuring them and just helping them the best way that you can, just by talking, okay? Because I do believe that some of them, God bless them, just need calming down a bit, okay? You know, maybe not getting so stressed out, yes? So anyway, thank you so very much for even taking the time to listen to my video, okay? So it's only a short video today, my delicious little babies. Now then, wishing you once again a beautiful morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world, okay? Just have a super duper time, okay? Try and just pick like each day, okay, because this will be for some of you, my delicious little babies, sorry, not for all of you. But for those of you who do feel a little bit negative at times, because, you know, life can be like that sometimes, you know what I mean, yes? Just try to find something in a day, you know, just something little to make you smile, yes? And it could be anything. Okay, it could be, you know, if you've got animals, or if you see little birdies, or you see something funny, do you see what I mean? You could play a little bit of music just to take your mind off things, do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, or, you know, do a little bit of reading, or, you know, or do something like that, do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Anyway, and please continue to feel the love, okay? And please give a tap on the back, a shake of the old hand, and with some family members, some friends, some work colleagues, okay? Tell them that they're wonderful, beautiful, juicy and delicious, and that you love them so, okay? So until my next video, my delicious little babies, much love, God bless, take care, thank you, goodbye.